Hey everybody, it's Racer here, and we are just messing around with the Guinness Lounge Racing lobby. We've set up a spectator mode, so I'm just kind of playing around with the settings, the features that are available in PlayStation 4. So we have Seal on the track. He's probably still setting up stuff. He's also going to join the chat here. So we're trying to take the GLR League, which is upcoming in the next couple of weeks. We're going to start season 3. Still have a few things to iron out with that regarding tracks and car class and that sort of stuff. But going to see how that goes. But we're going to see. That's one of the things we found with Assetto Corsa in the basic form. It was a little lacking on the spectating when you're trying to comment. So if you have a broadcaster or commentator running and trying to show the action, you're kind of limited, as we've seen in some of our streams on different points of view. It's kind of limited, so we're trying to address those things so it's a little bit more enjoyable for anybody who's watching. So we'll see how it goes, but first we got to get a few cars on the track to see what we can do as far as so obviously we have helicam view, pit lane, so we can cycle the cameras, and then I can also still go on his car and view all the different views in his car. So the usual ones that you can get from the driver's perspective, you can cycle through those, but then you also cycle the other points of view. So and it still shows you all your HUD. So if we do have a person who's going to commentate, and maybe a second person who can also get in and view different parts of the race, you can do that stuff. So that's it. It really is nice to know that we can switch it around like that. And so here we go. So as we see the Seal go out on the track, so see, we can cycle through, camera set, so we can watch him go. So that's pretty cool. So, but hey Neil, you on board?
I am, Doug. I just thought I'd keep quiet because
Yeah, so
you were talking. I wasn't sure what you were talking about. Talking
yeah, we're talking to anybody who's listening, which it doesn't look like there's anybody, but I'm sure some people are watching the replay. So yes, we are streaming right now, but just go ahead and we're still kind of, you can see your cars crab walking around the track, unfortunately for your ping rate, at least as it transfers. So okay, I can switch through all the different camera views. There's helicam, and set 1, set 2, and helicam seem to be what I have available to me. So that's good, but I can still join on board with you, so I can go to the different views on board with you. So it's
when the car's at high revs, it's hard to hear you.
oh, I understand that, yes.
Okay, so I'll probably be quiet.
Yeah, so so this definitely opens up a lot of possibilities for our broadcast team, and our commentators, so that they can give you a little bit more of the action, which has always been, again, as I was trying to allude to, has always been the lacking part on Assetto Corsa Competition on PlayStation 4. Most of the content on YouTube is from the PC-based side, and very high production value for those guys. Whether it's SimGrid and SRO Esports and all the different people who do that kind of stuff. They have the full plethora of camera views and that sort of stuff. But now we have at least something for PlayStation 4, which is good. Again, the graphics still aren't nearly as crisp and sharp, but it's something, and we can definitely work with that. So you're not stuck looking at someone's point of view from from this point of view, which is still really cool, but it really misses the point when you're trying to convey what's going on in other parts of the track. You're stuck with this one view because that's always been what I've had to give on my broadcasts. So yeah, but we can go back, and I like Helicam's pretty cool. At least you can pull back a little bit. You can see maybe if it's a real close battle, you can see it from that way. So that's pretty cool. You don't have all the views, but 3 is better than none. And actually, it's 4. You get 4 views. Helicam, TV1, TV2, and onboard, whether that be trail cam or dashboard or hood cam or whatever it is. So it's still really good. So like a perspective right now, it's coming down the one of these back straights, one of these little straights. You can see a lot of action would be going on. You can see a lot of that. So yeah, hopefully as we do some practice rounds, maybe we can get Matt TMK can get in here, and I don't know who else is going to be joining on the commentating crew. So, but he has a lot to work with. So I know he's been chomping at the bit to get into that. So let's see if there's any other options we have here. Trying to push my buttons on my controller to see what they do. Okay, so I know the way I have it. Map square button allows me to change the camera views, and R3 lets me change point of view on the car, which we've seen enough of that. So, but nothing, and I can change the MDF for the car I'm on board, but I can't see. Can't look around though. So a little bit more limited to that. So, but I'm pretty. Yeah, this just track. Like most tracks, it gets. You get on that. You get on that sidewall. You get on that sidewall, and you'll get that oversteer so quickly. Is that what you got? Did you get sidewall oversteer?
I don't know what it is, Doug. I never know what the technical terms for it are.
Oh,
I use it.
yeah. I think when you get the back tires on the curb and you start getting some of that sidewall compression on the tire, it'll just snap you around, and you've got to try to counter steer it. I know Gran Turismo Sport is really bad with that. I mean, it's almost a glitch in certain tracks where if you get your tires on the curbs at certain tracks, you're dead. Yeah, and there's no way of controlling it. So but yeah, I think it. Yeah, we don't need to.
Be careful when you do it. You've got to be careful.
Yeah.
I picked up watching motorsport that you can't go to one direction. You've got to do what the other one.
Hmm.
Try and pick those up, not
Yeah. Yeah.
steer.
Hmm. Yeah.
Come across it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think better for the person broadcasting is obviously like I have a sim rig set up here, but right now I have my sim rig turned off and I'm using the controller, and I think that's the best way to do this. You don't have keyboard support on Assetto Corsa for PlayStation right now, so I know there is some support for Gran Turismo Sport, but right now I know that's another thing with Assetto Corsa that's limited. It has very demanding uh, uh, processor. Oh, it's not a processor. They use Unreal Engine. The driver, whatever it is, uh, that they use is very demanding, very high demand uh, system. So you've got to sacrifice certain peripherals or certain things to get it to run right, run stably. So stability, that is. So, but it's still an amazing game. As far as the physics on the driver's point of view, it's still amazing. It's probably the best simulator we've ever had on a console. I mean, this is actual simulation. This is a race car simulation on a console, which really I can't ever remember having something this intense on a game. Maybe the original Assetto Corsa had amazing force feedback, but I think the rest of the physics were a bit lacking, and some of the graphics were lacking. Uh, so, you know, that's my opinion, and that's what I'm gonna stick to. And a beautiful Ferrari with its the amazing audio that this car provides is another thing when you're driving it. You can go on board here and you just listen to just the noise that comes out of this car is just so just uh, just insanely good. It's all the other sounds too. I mean, I have a lot of the sounds turned down. Like Neil's settings on his car are probably a little different than mine. Engine noise. You turn the engine noise down, and you hear a lot more of the things going on in the cabin. You know, ABS pumps, all the electronics that are going on, intake noise. So there's all kinds of different settings you can play with. So, but yeah, looks like we have something to go forward with the league as far as putting some stuff together. And again, that'll be on the GLR YouTube channel, which I probably should somehow link in some of my videos, but I'm not nearly as skilled as other YouTubers. As we still have no viewers and no comments, so. I find the Ferrari really such an amazing car. It really is probably the best car to start with on the game. As far as it being a mid-engine car, it seems to be such a pussycat. Very fast, still very fast, but it's not trying to kill you at every turn. I mean, some of the front engine rear drive cars like the Mercedes and the Lexus, which I've used the Lexus a lot, which nobody in 2021 is using the Lexus right now. They basically killed their GT3 program. But new Mercedes and I'm drawing a blank on the other cars, that Aston Martin, another good car. A little more docile to drive in the beginning, a little easier to drive in the beginning, but as you start to try to get some more speed out of the cars, the R8s and the Ferrari seem to be, the cars that do really well, good, well-balanced cars. Lamborghini, nobody really uses a Lamborghini. So yeah, that's pretty much what where we're at with this. I think it was just a quick test session to see what we could do with or certain things. And I hope that, again, I will reiterate. So in Assetto Corsa, we're using a G Portal server set on private. So in order to have the spectator mode, and this is something that I've learned over the last week or so, trying to convey with the server admin, Mr. Cordell, who is the person who's managing it. So you have to set up your G Portal server in order to get these views as a private server. So the driver will have a certain password and the spectators will have a different password that can't be the same. So when you're signing in, it'll slot you over to the spectator, or the spectator modes, and drivers get in the car they've selected and they drive. So after that, you have to map your buttons as a spectator. So obviously we're going to discount. We're just going to not even worry about the drivers. They have all their own settings, the way they map their wheels and everything. But as a spectator, you pretty much have those two options, and that's one to view and on board the car, and the other one is these three camera views. So camera set 1, camera set 2, and helicam. So there's camera set 1. So again, we can only follow Seal as he's doing his laps. If there were other cars, maybe we'd be able to select different cars. We need more than one car on track to try that out. But so camera set 1, camera set 2, helicam, and I have my controller mapped as the square button, so I can cycle through those three views. And then if I hit R3, the right analog stick, if I press down on it, I can go on board. So, and options, I can return to garage and a replay. Looks like I can go back 5 seconds, play. So possibly if there was an accident or something like that, I can scroll through different cars. So these are other things. I'm going to X the replay. Return to garage. Now, return to garage. If I do that, then maybe I can go back here and choose a different car. So yeah, as a broadcaster, you're probably going to have to use those different things. So again, we only have one car, but if there was a second or third or fourth or fifth car, I'd be able to scroll down on board to them, and then maybe be able to hit the different view modes. So but that's about all I can see from right now. Again, now I said we're in the pit lane. So that's about all I have. So I think at this point there's really not a lot left to do with this broadcast. But thank Neil for being on board, giving us some opportunity to at least try out these different controls, and we can see. Well, let's have quadruplets, sextuplets working the pits right now, because all these guys look exactly the same. Everybody in the pits right now is the exact same character. So just wearing different jumpsuits or different driver suits. Yeah, fire suits. So, but again, thanks for watching. Those that are going to watch this later, because nobody is on board right now with us. But hopefully that helps a few people understand the ins and the outs of spectate mode on a G Portal server for Assetto's Corsa Competizione for PlayStation 4. So thank you for watching, everybody, and have a good night.